Well, I guess it's about time we start talking about 2022. And yes, I do realize this video may be a little premature, since in the coming weeks we're going to see every new edition for 2022 announced, but I don't really want to wait that long. And to be honest, I don't see that much coming next year. Sure, COVID is pretty much over, and the world's getting back to normal. Still, I just can't ignore the undeniable truth that the 2020 recession is likely gonna last at least another year. I'm saying at least because I don't want to jinx it and say it's gonna continue into 2023, so I'm just gonna say it's gonna carry into 2022 for simplicity. Still, I don't see any motivation for parks to invest this year, and my main evidence to support this is, of course, 2008. We all remember 2008, that recession. Oh, it was terrible. It halted the industry for about 3 to 4 years, and it took forever for the industry to pick up steam again. And at least during that year, they didn't have a full economic shutdown. The point is, despite the parks getting a lot more foot traffic this year, and the stocks for each company are staying steady, it doesn't mean anything. All that matters is if the companies are willing to invest. And they're not. Like, look at Cedar Fair. They're not getting any major coaster next year. I wish I was lying or just overreacting, but they're not. 2 months ago, I thought Cedar Point, of all places, was getting that massive Gerstlauer coming to the US. But there's been no construction, no teasers, no campaign, nothing to indicate something big. And that goes for every other Cedar Fair park. Have you seen any construction or big teasing? I haven't. Weirdly, it looks like Six Flags is gonna take care of North America's lineup this year. And even then, we only have 2 coasters that are confirmed. Is that Raptor going to Magic Mountain? Which, hey, a Raptor seems pretty sweet, if it wasn't for the fact it's rumored to be a Jersey Devil clone. Like, we just waited for the OG Jersey Devil to open, after a year of delay, and now we're gonna have to wait for that exact same coaster again. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be hyped about that. However, besides your MC Raptor, Six Flags is actually getting another coaster for 2022, and this one's gonna be kind of a shocker. So, Fiesta Texas, they're getting a B&M dive coaster. Yes, a B&M is coming to a Six Flags park. We haven't seen Six Flags get a B&M since 2012, and even though this model is just a dive coaster, hey, I'll take it. But besides these 2 attractions, what else are we gonna see for 2022? Well, like I said earlier, we got that Gerstlauer that's going somewhere. Also, every single coaster that was delayed. Yeah, that's gonna be the bulk of next year's lineup. The Disney coasters with Guardians and Tron, every SeaWorld coaster. If you saw my video on why Iron Gwazi isn't opening, I said they were waiting on the Q2 earnings report before they make a judgment call, and I was kind of right. I mean, right when Q2 ended on July 1st, Lord and behold, we saw SeaWorld executives riding Iron Gwazi. And I said if they didn't make an announcement between this time window, the coaster would be delayed till 2022. Nothing happened, so yeah, everything's delayed till next year. Well, that can't be it for 2022. There has to be something else besides what we've known for, what, 3 years now? Well, there is one coaster for 2022 that probably will be the best if we're not paying attention to all the SeaWorld coasters. And unfortunately, none of us will really get the chance to ride it because it's all the way in Denmark. Well, it goes by the name of Phonics? Phoenix? I'm just gonna say Phoenix. I mean, that's what it translates to, so Phoenix it is. So this ride's gonna be the newest addition to Vekoma's newfound greatness. Like, seriously, this company has really stepped away from the Vekomas and SLCs, and have just focused on building excellent coasters. Now, Phoenix is something they're calling the Vekoma Wildcat. Why are they calling it the Wildcat? I have no idea. In actuality, it's pretty much the same thing as the Bermuda Blitz, just custom built. Like, if you compare these coasters side by side, they are very similar. Both 2,900 feet, both 131.2 feet, 59 miles an hour, 3 inversions, and a station flyby. So how come Vekoma's calling them 2 separate models? I don't know, I think it's more for marketing purposes, saying they have a variety of models when in actuality they're pretty much all the same. Anyway, let's go over the layout so you can get a better feel of the ride. So you begin by ascending your chain lift and you go down a 80-degree drop. Not 90 or beyond, but you know, it's okay. Anyway, after you go down, you begin to ascend the most defining part of the ride. Like, this element is what's going to separate it from other Vekomas. It's an inverted top hat. Except this one looks a lot more funky, I would say. You go up like an Immelman, then stall out at the top, then you snap back in a reverse parallel direction. Go through an airtime hill that's also a turn. As you go into your second inversion, a heartline roll. Then you go into a wave turn as you journey back to the station, where you then go into a corkscrew. Like I said earlier, this is very reminiscent of the one on Lek Coaster. After that, you turn, go through 2 off-axis airtime hills, then gradually bounce into the brake run. In total on Phoenix, you will experience about 14 points of airtime. I assume it's ejector because it's a very blitz-style coaster. If it sounds like I'm skeptical, it's because I kind of am. I don't know, after hearing what people have been saying about Abyssus, that's not the most forceful Vekoma, it's got me a little worried about the new models, because moments on Abyssus, like the first main drop, it's heavily impacted by trims. In the entire section after the first launch, it's just wandering around trying to fill up ride time. Obviously, Phoenix is nothing like Abyssus, more towards Lek Coaster, and I've only heard great things about that, so it's likely gonna be an experience with high expectations. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got about Phoenix. I really wish I could ride this one day, but with it being all the way out in Denmark, I'm likely not going to ride it in the next decade, probably. I'm not sure. I've never been to Europe, and when I do go, there's like 10 countries I'd rather get to before Denmark, but still, it's a very big motivation to go here. Sommerland is what I'm going to call this place. They definitely needed something else. Until Phoenix, all they had here was a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, which isn't too much to offer in thrills. A Blitz-style coaster is great, especially when it's going to be in the same league as Lek and maybe Maverick. I'm not sure. There's not many Blitz coasters I can compare this to, so I'm just going to compare it to Maverick for simplicity. And if this is anything remotely like Maverick, then I would ride the heck out of this. Coasters like Maverick and Velocicoaster, they're in my top 5. I deeply enjoy rapid-fire transitions, and Phoenix has an abundance of them. Even though it's probably not going to be as good as these 2 coasters, I still think the park's getting a huge win with this. And it's likely gonna be the best new coaster of 2022. Sorry, I'm not talking about all those delays. They can go screw off for the time being. Anyway, please subscribe. I'm not here to force you, but I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a couple days. I still gotta talk about this coaster, so stay tuned.